Good evening, everyone. With great joy and immense pleasure, I extend my warm welcome to all dignitaries, guests, and delegates present here for the webinar series organized by DIKSHA e-learning in association with Ayurveda College, Coimbatore. Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Para Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. There's no deity superior to the Guru, no gain better than the Guru's grace, no state higher than meditation on the Guru. With this, I salute all the Gurus and enter into today's session. In today's session, we'll be discussing about Beginner's Guide to Scientific Publishing by Dr. Delvin T. Robin. Before starting the session, I would like to go through few of the basic instructions to be followed throughout the session. Any question can be raised in the chat box and question raised will be cleared at the end of the session. For the best stability, use a laptop and a high-speed internet connection. If your video is on, please make sure you are in front of a professional background. In case of any disruption, kindly check your internet connection and wait patiently for the class to resume. Please make sure your microphone is on mute to have a disturbance-free session. Make sure you have your full name displayed so that it is professional. Next, I would like to welcome Dr. G. Sin, Associate Professor, Department of Panchakarma, Ayurveda College, Coimbatore, to deliver the welcome address.
Hello, good evening. Good evening all. I, Dr. G. Sin, on the behalf of management, faculty and students of Ayurveda College, Coimbatore, extend a very warm welcome to our chief guest, speaker Dr. Delvin T. Robin, beloved principal Dr. Sudhir Sir, dignitaries and all delegates to our section. Today we are having Dr. Delvin T. Robin to show light up on the topic, Beginner's Guide to Scientific Publishing. Hope all the delegates will find this section a perfect guidance for the future publishing of research works. It is an immense pleasure to welcome you, sir. Welcome to our program, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Before moving on to the session, I would like to give a brief introduction about our speaker, Dr. Delvin T. Robin. He is a well-known Ayurveda practitioner, academician, and researcher from Kerala, India. He has completed his graduation from Vaidyaratnam Ayurveda College, Ullu, and completed his post-graduation from Government Ayurveda College, Trivandrum, in the subject Swastavrita. He has completed his postgraduate diploma in yoga from Annamalai University, Tamil Nadu. At present, he is an associate professor at Amrita School of Ayurveda. Presently, he is a member of District Ayurveda COVID-19 Response Cell, member of International Forum of Teachers of the UNESCO Chair in Bioethics, reviewer in various corpus index journals, and member of postgraduate program committee at Amrita University. A very warm welcome to you, sir. We welcome you and over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. I extend my sincere thanks to the organizers, DIKSHA and Ayurveda College, Coimbatore. Am I audible? Okay, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible.
Okay. So I extend my heartfelt thanks to the organizers. And today, I like to, when I was called upon for the presentation, first topic was coming to mind is the scientific publishing. Actually, it's a need of the hour. This topic has to be taught and trained by every Ayurveda graduates because we are facing challenges both from policymakers as well as the scientific community. Whenever we are asked to show up the evidences, we are a bit confusing or a bit skeptical in that area. That area has not been addressed well, actually. So there are so many reasons for that because actually we are not bothered about the publication, that importance of the publication. That was the scenario till the COVID-19, but now we are taking it seriously. Actually, in Kerala itself, we have conducted a big study under the state Ayurveda cell, and it's going for publication. Actually, the procedure is going on. So now we are giving the importance, but we are a bit out of time. Actually, we have to be started it early, but still it's not late. So this has to be. I like to present this topic in an overview because there are many areas that are not known by our community, and myself also I gained when we got a training. When our management decided to start the post graduation, they took a decision that was a game changer for us actually. They decided to train the faculty in the scientific publishing and scientific writing. Not only they decided, they rope in best in class experts in this field, Dr. Kishore Patwardhan sir, Supriya Balrao madam, and Girish Tilu sir. They are the pioneers in this scientific published writing in Ayurveda, and we are fortunate to have that training, and that opened a new world to us actually, and they made us believe that it's not a it's not a Herculean task to get a paper published if you follow some protocols, some guidelines. It's an not an easy task, I tell, but it is achievable. Only thing we have to follow some guidelines and some ethics related matters. So another important reason why we are going back, beyond doubt we know Ayurveda is delivering results in the patient care or healthcare, but still we are not able to convince. It's mainly because we are lacking something. That lacking thing is the publications. So we have, each and everyone has a responsibility to come forward to have our work published or report our studies, report our works into the scientific, in front of the scientific community in authentic journals. So I underline that authentic journals. So I'll be covering all these, what, how we can identify a journal, whether it is authentic or whether it is predatory, how we can write a paper, how we can, what are the ethics we have to follow, what are the guidelines we have to follow. And that the last part of the session, I'll be covering where to start for a beginner, which type of publication is suit and how to do it. So this is an overview of my session, and we'll be moving to the slides. Actually, one more point I have to highlight. As you all know, the topic is very vast. Actually, it has to be taken in 1 week workshop or 2 weeks workshop. So this session I was planned to do to introduce you the areas you have to go and check, areas you have to stress upon when you are taking up a study, or you are if serious to publications, which all guidelines you have to look. So these slides can be kept as a reference. That slides will be guiding you to the correct places. You can check there, you can read there, and you can employ your style of writing. So we'll move on to the slides without delay. Is the slides moving? 1 second. Actually, the slide is not moving. I will once more share. That's okay now. Okay. Okay. Now it's moving. Okay, fine. I think you are seeing the first slide definition. It's nothing but sharing actually. That through publications we are sharing the knowledge to others, those who are interested in know the findings of the your study. And results are no use to anybody if they are not made available to other experts to be discussed, critically evaluated, and built upon. So that's a crucial point, because we have conducted a study, and if we are not allowing others to talk about that or evaluate that, then that's of no use. So that definition itself clearly depict what is the purpose of scientific publication. Okay. Now, why to publish? Why a researcher or a person in the medical field need to publish? These are the main points. Effective communication. In order to improve the quality of science, we need effective communication. Effective communication is an important in advancing quality science. Next comes human knowledge are communicated through outside world through publication. That's not in the medical field itself. In any field, through the publications or through the media only, we can share the knowledge actually. It will be shared to a larger community compared to the other physical classes. Okay. And next comes the scientists. Scientists publish their work to share their knowledge and also to gain the recognitions and prestige, because they have to claim that it's their work. To not to get the claim, they need to publish. And then in university settings, academic settings, in order to get the funding, you need to have publications, you need to have promotion. That has the promotions or interviews, all demands now the publication. So that area is bit controversial, and published and perished. That terminology has been notorious. Actually, it brings up as a positive sense, publish, and if you publish, you'll move forward or you'll perish. But that has a negative impact. But still, publication stands a major role in the science. So where to publish? This is an area I like to clear some doubts, because if you have a good paper, if you have done a genuine work, you have to go for publication in the scholarly journal. These two has a great difference actually, popular literature and scholarly journal. I will be detailing what are the major differences between these two. So popular literature, you can see in the right side the pictures, they are very attractive, and they are presented it as such because their intended audience is different, their style of writing is different, everything is different. So we'll go to the points. First point itself is a broad variety of topics. It covers a broad variety. It is not focused to a specific topic. It is a broad variety, and articles will be very short, and it can be written by anyone. If you can share experience to a reporter, he can write it, or you itself, or your credentials or nothing will be revealed. Sometimes your name won't be written. That articles have more importance than the author, or author's credential is not given much importance. Then the third and most important point is it is not evaluated by the experts in the field. If you send an article to a popular literature, the editor will look for some grammatical or some minor thing, and they will publish it, because it is your responsibility to that content will be responsible for you. So it will not undergo any peer review, or it will not be evaluated by the experts in the field. Okay, that is a major point in case in the popular literature. An article rarely contain references. It is not a must to have references or footnotes, and it does not a criteria to have a specific format. It does not follow a specific format. You can write what you feel and what you think. And another important, it is intended to design that designs are attracted to newsstand customers. They need more. They need more new readers to read their articles, to read their magazines, so that photographs and illustrations are all attractive, to draw the attention to that articles, presented to entertain, promote point of view, or sell products. So it's entirely different. It can be done. You can publish in a popular literature after you are publishing in the scholarly journal. That with that results you can give an article. But if you have a genuine findings, you have done a genuine study, you opt for the scholarly journal. We'll see what are the importance of scholarly journal. You can see the difference in the front cover itself. It's not much attractive. It's just their name and some plain covers are given, apart from the popular literature. That's one major point. And we're coming to the specific. The topics discussed will be of very narrow and specific subjects, and also in-depth analysis of the topic will be there. That is not in the other popular literature. And the scholarly journals are written by the specialists and researchers in subject area, and they have to clearly explain their designation, their credentials, or what is their experience in the research field. Everything has to be explained, and their affiliation to the university must be explained. So everything, so where they are working, their credential, everything has to be in the scholarly journal. And the third and most important point is it is critically evaluated by the peers. That is the major difference that from the popular to scholarly journal. Because if you're submitting a paper to a scholarly journal, it is refereed by the experts in the field. They will look into the content, they will look into the scholarly soundness and the academic value, that it has meet the scientific standards, then only it go for the publication. It's a different scenario in the popular literature we see earlier. And next comes it follows a special format, IMRAD format: introduction, methodology, results, and discussion. That format will be followed when we are publishing in the scholarly journals. And next comes the sober design that I have already discussed. And next, the intended researchers are the main ones that publishing in the scholarly journals, because they need their findings to be evaluated by the scientific community. So these are the basic differences between the popular literature and the scholarly journal. Now, this is a major part of the presentation, and I am putting it up front actually, because any those who are interested to publication, you have to select the journal, appropriate, authentic journal before the studies taken up, or if you have completed study before you are starting writing itself, you have to select the journal, because each journal have different guidelines, different requirements, and you have to check some journal metrics also. So this is a capsule slide we can tell how to select a journal. I think it's I'll go to detail of each point. First one is audience and journal scope. This is the first and major thing you have to check. Whether you need to address to a larger audience, or you need to address a specific audience. You are working on a specialized subject. You need that audience to comment on it, or that audience to review on it. You have to check which audience they are covering. That will be explained in the journal website. In about the journal, they will be clearly explaining, they will be clearly stating the journal scope. That is very important, because every journal will not publish every type of study. Even Ayurveda articles are not accepted by every journal. So we have to check whether in the journal scope they have mentioned Ayurveda or traditional medicine or herbal medicine, anything related to your topic, your study. If they are mentioned that topic in their scope, only you select that journal. Otherwise that journal will instantly reject your paper. So the first checkpoint is check the take the journal site, go for the about the journal details, check the scope. In the scope, if your subject is covered, definitely the first step is clear. Next comes the available online. So you see, we are publishing our work to available to all. Okay, so online accessibility, that means advantages of online accessibility. It's easy to search, easy to cite. We are publishing our article that others will read, and they will carry over our work, or they will cite our work, they will refer our work. That is the intent of publishing. Okay, so it will can be done if it is available online. So you have to check whether it is an offline only, or if both is available. Okay, fine, both available, both offline and online. Next comes the journal requirements. See, journal requirements, again from the scope, it's a bit different, because we have to check. So every journal differ in their word count, their reference count, um, their presentation. So you have to check before your study. If you are taking up a large study and without checking the journal requirements, and the journal you have selected is allowing only 30 references, or number of the tables they will be allowing is very less, you will be feel very disappointed, because you have a lot of findings to present. So that has to be taken care. And regarding the case reports, every journal will not publish the case reports. So you have to check if you are preparing for a case reports publication, you have to check that journal whether published. The journal will be listing what are publication they will expect, they will be accepting, whether a RC, whether clinical trial, whether reviews they will accept, whether they accept case reports. So you have to check that. Next is they must be peer reviewed for real. That last walk has a great emphasis, because nowadays we see every journal claiming it is a peer review. So see, peer review is a daunting task, and it takes time. It takes time. So a journal is claiming that you submit your article will publish in 3 days or in 1 week. You have put a question mark to them, because it is literally impossible to publish with that, because once you submit a manuscript, it will be reviewed by the editor. Then editor will check for the scope and all. It will send to a reviewers, minimum of 2 reviewers, 2 referees, and they have to go through it. They have to respond back with the commentaries. So, and you have to give answer to that. Then again you have to submit it. So it will take time. And take minimum of 1 month. It will take it may extend to 1 year. We got our department paper published in 1 year, actually more than 1 year. There are incidents where go more than 2 years. It can happen because peer review is not an easy task. And our one paper has gone for more than 5 reviews. So it will take time. We cannot, if a journal claims that it will publish in 3 days, 4 days, you have little bit suspicious about that and check the other credentials of the journal. We cannot claim that it is an authentic journal. So don't fall for that journal is written peer review. You have to check whether their peer review. How we can check that? We can see the you go for a journal search. The articles in the journal will be mentioning their received date and published date. You can see how much long each publication is taking. Next comes the acceptance rate. Some journals will exhibit their acceptance rate. If exhibited, that's very good point because we know how much that journal is accepting. If a journal is accepting only 5%, we have to think once again whether we have to submit that, because you can inquire with the editor also. You can send some pre-inquiry whether this is covers the journal scope, and also you'll get no. So if a journal is explained its acceptance rate, okay, that's fine. Next comes to the time to publication. I told some journals take long time actually. So you have to be, you have to check this. Take the journal website, go for the articles and check whether they have exhibited the received date and published date. Check how many time they are taking. If it's okay with you, you can go with, or you can go for another journal. See, time depends upon you. You need to be, because major journals may take 1 to 3 months. It will take minimum 3 months. It will take actually. So you need to, if you need to get published in a good journal, you may need to show some you have to wait for some time to get reviews done properly. Next, must be indexed with a widely referred databases. We will be discussing it in the details in the next slide. What is a database? What are the widely referred database? What are the, because that is a very crucial thing. We will be discussing in the next slide in detail. Open access. See, this is open access has been a revolutionary change in the publications. Earlier, it was a viewer need to pay per paper or view per subscription. They have to pay per subscription. Then only they can access journal. Open access has been open access means a reader can access the full paper freely without paying any fees. Okay, so it has many categories. This because of this open access, there are some predatory journals also mushroomed because of it. Because you pay the money, author pays, and they will publish. It's okay. Payment is not an issue. We will discuss later. There are some reputed journals. They'll collect the payment, but only after accepting your paper. That we'll be discussing in the later. Payment will be discussing later. So open access have given, it has both sides. Two sides actually. It allows the reader to have access to every articles, but at the same time, there are some articles that you give money, we publish immediately. That causes a list of predatory journals came up. Okay, now there are several type of open access. When you go through a journal site, they may be stating it as gold open access, green open access, brown. That's gold means author pays actually. Reader no need to pay. Author, they will collect the money for open accessing only. So the minimum charge will be there, differ according to the journals. And green access means author can archive their articles in their university website, or they can reproduce it in their personal website or personal institutions. That is a green access. Then brown access is there. You can read the journal in the publisher page only. No other way you can read it. Then diamond is there. Diamond means author and the reader no need to pay, because that journal is funded by any universities or any funding agency. So no one needs to pay. That is a diamond or platinum OA. So you can see immediately, if you see this classification, you can know which type, whether you can read full paper or you can read abstract from that. And another revolutionized concept is a black OA, because this may be useful for you back. Actually, I don't know whether it is legal or not. Black open access was means a team of people, they will breach they will break the paywall of the journal site, and they will open it for you, for the readers. Means it's a Robin Hood style, because their motto is there must not be any barrier for the science, weight to the science. So they will remove every barrier. One of the popular site that is it is Sci-Hub, the first three letters of science and hyphen HUB hub. Sci-Hub. You can Google it. You can read their details. What is issue with this? They'll be blocked by different countries or different, but still they stand because they change their domain. Once they block, they'll change their domain. What they do, if you just copied the DOA from a journal that is not allowing you to read the full paper, copy it to this website. That DOA, digital object identifier, is there. DOA will be coming to that. That is a unique for a journal, and they will give you full paper for a download free of cost. So they are opening the barriers, so it can be utilized. But there was one study showing how low, how much people are using it. It shows that normally a journal paid, if you pay and purchase the journal and you read the full articles and you citing, then author may be citing it. That citation is less than the citations from the Sci-Hub downloads. So that shows that's popularity of that open access. That is an area where if we have not much money to pay to get full paper. So many are trying to get the full paper. They don't know how to get. This is an easy way. Okay. Then comes the good SNIP SGR side score. This will be discussing in the coming slides. We need some detailing. And good impact factor. This also we'll be discussing. So this is an outline of the points to be noted in selecting a journal. We'll be going to the details of some points that need some clarity. I hope I am audible and clear. The slides are changing. Okay, no? Okay, fine. I think all run. Okay, fine. So this is the indexing database. This has a crucial role in for authors to select if a journal is authentic. How we can, because we cannot go through a journal because we cannot personally call them or we cannot ask them. So these are some criteria that can be utilized by us to know this whether they are authentic or not. Indexing database is nothing. These database we know this is a collection of data. That means these databases collect the select. They can journals can register their and register and supply the articles to this database. They'll give membership and they put up an index for them, so you can easily retrieve the journals very easily. That is the purpose of database. Okay, so there are a lot of databases. You can search for the articles. You just need to type the keyword. That keyword will direct you to the articles and you can collect it. So there are lots of databases, but there are only few databases that follow stringent guidelines for journals to be their part or in the journals to be indexed in there. They are Science Citation Index from Web of Science. It's a one database that can be relied on. Scopus. Scopus is now the widely accepted database. PubMed Central, Medline, and DOIJ. DOIJ for open access. And the first three journals you can rely. If a journal has is a part of these databases, you can definitely guarantee some quality or authenticity. So it's very easy. We can check whether a journal is indexed in PubMed, whether a journal is indexed in Scopus. You can already believe that that journal is authentic because these journals follow stringent procedure. See, once a journal is inside the Scopus list, it doesn't guarantee that it stays long. It will be out because they will be checking regularly. His journal is following quality guidelines. His journal is following ethical guidelines. Their peer review is sound. So if they are doing work for us to get better journals. So when I talked about the training given to the faculties of Amarda by the experts, we were when the meetings of the university comes out, Ayurveda, the publication of Ayurveda was literally zero few years back. But after the training, now every year we are getting 40 plus Scopus index. University stress for Scopus index because it is it guarantees some high quality. So we have now 40 plus. Each department goes for 2 or 3 Scopus publication in 1 or 3 months, in an hour of 3 months. So if the count goes high, that's the impact of the training or impact of the knowledge being given to the about the publications. So this is a primary knowledge you have to check. If you have checked, and again, this is an area where you will be confused actually, because if you are asked to be, if you select a journal for publication and check their website, they will be written it is to be indexed in PubMed. It was indexed with PubMed. You have to check the wordings. That means these are not indexed at present, or they will be written as it is PubMed indexed till 2017 or till 2018. That means they are not out now. They are not PubMed. So how to check? You have to go to the indexing databases website, go to Scopus, check. There is a search option is there. Check for title. You can log in. You can create your ID and log in, or you can search there. Search for the author name. Search for the journal title. Then, if that journal is present there, then we can clearly believe that that journal is Scopus index or PubMed index. Search in PubMed index. So these are the trustworthy indexes you can rely on. First one is of Web of Science. That means Science Citation Index, SCI, and SCIE is there. That means Science Citation